welcome back. Welcome back to our 15th episode. Woo. So today, you're one of your hosts, Shanti.
This is Evelyn.
And this is Isis. Hey, happy quinceañeras.
Yeah. We finally women.
Hey, don't forget to comment your favorite quinceañera dress.
Hey. If you had a quinceañera and you don't regret your dress, comment. Yeah, there'll be very few.
If you never had a quinceañera, like it though.
Wow. Hey, I like it.
I did. Me, the only Mexican out here, I did have a quinceañera. It was not a choice though. My mom, my tia sent me down. They're like, "Te vamos a hacer una quinceañera." I'm like, what the? I'm like, I don't even want a quinceañera.
Not even a sweet 16, bro.
Bitch, a quinceañera. But I didn't have a poofy dress. I just had. You were there, no?
Yeah,
it was like a little like tie, not tie, but like it was like a mermaid. Yeah, it was a mermaid style like dress type shit.
Pre-prom.
So, hey, yeah, I guess you can call me Little Mermaid.
No, yeah, I had a quinceañera. It wasn't a quinceañera. It was more like a comida, but I didn't want a quinceañera. My dad wanted me to have quinceañera, and I was like, for what? I don't want one. And as a Mexican, you're just like, how are you not gonna want a quinceañera?
Yeah, no, I wanted one. I was sad. And I didn't get one because my dad, he's Jehovah's Witness, so it wasn't. I went to the beach with my friends, so that's what I did for my quince. All
right,
hey, Nicki Minaj, let's go to the beach.
Let's get away.
Hey. Bitch, it was not okay though. Now that I'm older and I go to quinces, I'm like, I can't be 15 again. Freaking 11 years later, I'm all sad.
Hey, if she don't got a quinceañera, red flag.
Just kidding.
Hey, but saying I'm a red flag, just
kidding.
Hey, red flags.
Dude, tell me, Barbie. Tell me why I've been in the dating scene lately, and I'm like, all right, let me see what's out there, trying to explore. And the amount of walking red flags that I see, but I'm able to identify from dating people, I'm like, that's a no for me.
It takes experience.
Yeah, so when you meet people, there's always like red flags, green flags.
What are some of your red flags that you've seen like in the people you dated? Whoa, don't make your eyes any bigger.
Red flags in the people I've seen so far. Mm-hmm. I think it doesn't happen as much, but when someone talks about their ex or brings up their ex,
my God.
That's a complete turn off. Like, dude, just pay the check out. Let's say goodbye.
Yeah. There was someone before me?
Yeah. Literally. And I was like, or the love bombing. Love bombing is a huge one. Like, you're just trying to show me everything that you are not at a short amount of time to prove that you might be my potential partner is an immediate no. But again, I think years back from this, I wouldn't be able to capture that. And then possibly, like, I don't know.
Kissing a few frogs. Like, what was a love bombing experience that you were like, wait, hold up, I definitely know this is not it for me? Or when did you catch on that it was love bombing? Because at first it's like, you think there's interest, but what's the big difference? Like the thing to spot, like, this is love bombing.
Oof. I think when they try to portray themselves, someone's that they're not. So if you like me, don't try to like everything that I like just because you want to impress me. I say be yourself, be authentic, be who you are. To me, that's extremely attractive. But if you're saying, oh, I like that too, that's so funny, but you never actually liked it. Because I've caught on to so many men that do that. And it's a no, like, it's like, like, I feel like there could have been potential, but because you're trying so hard to like everything that I like to impress me, come on, it's not going to work out long term because eventually you're going to get tired of that too.
Oh, sprinkle.
Oh. What about you guys? What are some red flags that you guys see in people?
No, I was going to say love bombing because they'll love bomb you. They'll make you think you're the shit and everything. And then, like, sometimes, like, they'll just do that to get you and then get what they want. And then that's it. You know, like they'll stop talking to you or they just won't be giving you the same energy they were in the beginning. You're like, what the fuck happened?
Right.
But I feel like a red flag if you're like dating a dude and then like how you said, like he's love bombing, he's trying all that. And then he just kind of stops and like slowly stops texting you or like not as fast or like there's another bitch, you know, like to be honest, like it's a lost cause. Like he gone.
You know what it is too? Remember, it's also a red flag is avoidant attachment style. If you are a person
I am a red flag.
Hey, welcome red flag. We have great example of a red flag here. Just kidding.
Oh, and hey, but I'm the only one. Oh, never mind. Take
that back. No, but I mean, it works with the person that you're with. Like for me, I am not an avoidant. So I'm not going to say what mine is because then I'm going to attract something else. But I tend to attract avoidant. And then it's like, man, like if you're running away from me, come on, hold up. Why are you running away from me?
Yeah.
But maybe that also
because you have that in.
I have what?
What's your style? But you said you don't.
Yeah, I have that blank style.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Call Evelyn a puzzle because you got to put the pieces together. Anyways,
and there's always that missing one.
Whoa.
But you were saying, what about you, Isis?
What's a red flag? What's my red flags? Whoa.
We'll go to that one after. What are red flags you see in
other people? Insecurity. Insecurity. Whoa, as an Aries, no. Insecurity. I feel like you can immediately tell when someone's insecure. You could see it in their eyes. You could see it when they put their head down, when they're looking at you, when they see other people look at you. If there's any kind of insecurity, that's a red flag because that just means that they're just going to be in a place of mistrust and they're not going to be able to allow you to be who you are because they're kind of gaining like that. They're trying to trust you, but there's something within themselves that doesn't allow them to trust you. You know, whether you did something actionable or not, they are still kind of in that like waiting for you to fuck up kind of moment.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's not a place because when you're dating before you become exclusive, you should still have fun. You should trust that just like you're seeing other people, they're seeing other people. And you should not go and put all your eggs in one basket before you're exclusive. That's why it's dating. Once you become exclusive, I mean, you need to just be together at that point. What the fuck is this exclusive, but I'm not your girlfriend? No.
Yeah.
Either we gonna fuck on something or that's playing games. Exactly. You're not gonna play games with me.
Yeah, but I feel like when someone's insecure, it's because they haven't healed, you know? But the bad thing about insecurity, like someone being insecure, is that leads to possessiveness and controllive tendencies. Like they're gonna control what you wear because that's they're gonna control who you talk to. Like they're gonna want all your time. Like it's gonna like a domino effect. And either you get out of there right there and then, or you stay stuck in those situations. And I've seen people like that stay in situations like that and it's hard to get out and they don't see family anymore because their partner's so controlling. They don't have friends anymore because their partner's so controlling, but they think that's love, you know, and it's like, that's why red flags are so important in the beginning because once you get in and there's actual feelings, I mean, it's easier to say just leave them, but it's really hard. You know, it's really hard once there's like real love or like not even real love because it's probably not even real love. But once there's like really feelings and like investment, like you invested all this time, all this money, got to know their family, you did this, like it's a little hard to like, you know, walk away for. Yeah, walk away.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people also confuse like the feeling of love and lust at the same thing. Yeah. So you can be in lust with someone, right? You're sexually attracted to them. The chemistry's there and everything. And then that's when you can become like insecure, obsessive or whatever. Yeah. And then you're like, but I love you. But it's like, do you really love me? Or is it lust? Maybe it's just that. And there's no love. There's no compatibility other than our chemistry.
Yeah. So Evelyn, have you ever been in a situation where you, yes, but,
oh, someone's asking for advice because they've been through it. What's up?
Have you ever been in a situation where you're like, I really like this person, but you saw the red flag and you're like, I have to choose to walk away? And like, what was it that like gave you that green light? Like, no, I need to walk away before this gets worse.
Yes, I think when back to what Chantel was saying, someone trying to portray a different image of who they are and becoming obsessive with me is realized when I was like, okay, I am not 100% your world or happiness and I shouldn't be because you're not going to be mine. So if you're prioritizing me like that, like we're going to be in different levels. Like I'm going to be here in your priority, you're going to be here. Are we ever going to meet in the same level? That's when I realized I have to let go of this person for their own sanity and for their own happiness. Yeah. And also for my own happiness. I don't want to disappoint someone if we're not on the same level. Yeah. So I think that's one of the biggest things I've had to walk away from when they just portraying someone else.
Yeah.
So what are
I feel like another red flag that a lot of people ignore is when like let's say I bring a guy, right? And like none of my friends are liking him. My family are also on the fence, but I ignore that. Like I'm like, you guys don't know him, you guys don't see that side of him. And it's like, no, if your family and friends are not feeling him, that's a red fucking flag because they're seeing something that you can't, you know, like or maybe you're acting different because of that guy and you don't see it, you know, maybe you're being more shy or you're not yourself or, you know, when you talk about him, it's not good stuff. So your family's like, what the hell? But you're like, no, like, you know, so I feel like that happens a lot, but it's like, no, your friends and family, like they always see something that you don't see. So I would always take, you know, my friends and family into account. Like, what do they think?
I also think another flag is if they're rude to waiters.
Like manners.
Because I
for
feel
sure.
like that shows their entitlement.
Yeah.
Like I think overall, if you see someone being rude to waitstaff, expect that energy to be reciprocated towards you, because that means there's someone who's entitled, right? That because they are receiving something or they're paying for something, then they are deserving of XYZ, right? They're having an expectation off the bat. So maybe when they'll give you a good gift, they'll be like, well, I did give you a good gift, so you shouldn't do X, Y, Z. So I feel like seeing how they treat other people is a good window into who those people are.
You know, I'm going to bring something up that reminds me kind of like a red flag, but I would say that's one of my biggest pet peeves. So what would, like, kind of transitioning the topic, but what would be your guys' pet peeves? Would you guys say it's the same thing as red flags though?
No, because pet peeve is like something that annoys you, and a red flag is like a warning of what could be.
Got it. Okay. I was considering that. I used to consider that one my pet peeve when someone doesn't have manners or they're rude. I was like, that's a pet peeve. Like, it used to make me angry. I was like, no.
No, I would say that's a red flag. If you don't have manners, it's a red flag. But I feel like it can be
a pet peeve because, like, you know, my mom has done that in the past and it irks my soul, you know? So it can be a pet peeve. If I feel like red flag is more like a relationship, and it can be a friendship, it can be romantic, it can be anything. But I feel like pet peeve is just something that's like does nothing to do with gender. Like if anyone does it, it's like, oh, like I can't believe they're doing that. You know?
Yeah, totally agree.
Those are the red flags that we stated, and let's just say if you're in one of them, run. Good luck, Charlie.
Whoa, now our turn. What are our red flags?
What about we say each other's red flags?
Whoa! Hey, I'm ready to be attacked. What's good?
Hey, don't be surprised that we cut the clip mid-episode and we're out because you're going to be fighting.
If there's no episode 16, blame Evelyn.
I personally don't think I have many red flags.
Hey, what? We need a delusional here. And the bird one, crazy.
And I'm like, ooh, no. Who wants to start off? I don't know.
All right, what do you guys think? Hey, what do you guys think my red flag? Hey, when I already know the easy target, so what is it?
Why me? Wait, this isn't my idea.
There's a lot of pressure. That was your idea.
To talk about ourselves, not to put each other on blast, but hey.
I'm okay with it. Go ahead. What's one of my green flags that you guys have observed?
Green flags?
Oh, red flag. Okay,
the green flags. That was hard to think of. I was like, hold up. No, I'm kidding. You have a lot of green flags.
She's supportive. That's green
flags. Supportive, caring. Oh,
to the real motherfucking question at hand.
All right. But red flag. I would say anger outburst.
Oh, ding, 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 ding. That's a winner. 100 points.
I think that's the number one red flag. It's like she just bursts out. And that's not even like with just her relationship. She done that with us, so it's a little personal.
Yeah.
Let's be more specific.
Do you want to talk about times?
Whoa. Hey, to defend myself, that's true. Next, Evelyn.
I try saying the same word but different terms. Angerment issues, like no. I don't think you easily get angry though. But I think there's things that trigger. Yeah. That ISIS has triggers too. So, but if you hit those pinpoints, which we do almost a lot of times, then we bling 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 bling. Then it's that outburst, explosion. I'm trying to think of more.
Hey, when that's my only red flag, well, that's not a problem. I'm just don't get me upset.
Hold up, I'm trying to think it through. We could cut off the pause because I'm trying to think
what
through.
Brian would tell us.
I know.
Hey, Brian, we're here. Hey, that's fine. If you guys can only list one, that's cool. Next.
I mean, I don't know how to say this one, and it's like Brian would say this.
Amy?
You're emotional, but you're emotionally unavailable.
Oh, actually, that's a great one. Right? Yeah.
Hey, well, hey, Brian. I didn't know. I didn't know you had a speaker.
That's my body.
Representative, if you will.
I would say the red flag is that ISIS may possibly have the avoidant attachment style.
Yeah, not me. Does.
Yeah. So if you're anxious attachment style, these are the people you have to stay away from sometimes because they're.
Low key, I thought I was anxious attachment style, but then I took those tests.
Yeah,
and it keeps saying I'm secure. But I'm like,
it was perfect.
I can see that. Yeah,
I don't know.
It's still about my red flags. Relax. Hey, when she's all being positive about her, but she had a lot to say about me earlier. What was that?
So when you have an issue as an avoidant, you tend to sometimes run away when people get really close to you. Or if there's a problem and we need to solve it, that person's gonna be like, "No, we can talk." Like,
just being vulnerable is just hard. Basically,
running away from the problem, not necessarily running away, but like maybe brushing it off.
Yeah. Keep pushing it back.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So
didn't know this episode was gonna be about me. Anyways, next.
what about?
But they're not lying. That is, I would say, fact. Hey, what is they're gonna check. You know. Yeah. Anyways, next, Evelyn.
Chantel.
No. All right, Chantel. We'll do Chantel.
Oh my goodness.
I'm scared.
Chantel's red flags. I would say red flag to. It's actually a green flag for other people, but it's a red flag to her own detriment. She gives too much. She's definitely those people that give too much. Yeah. And people definitely take advantage and have definitely abused that and have definitely done her dirty when she's undeserving. And she permits it. So I would say, not that you're a pushover, but people walk all over you sometimes. And because you're very passive, you like permit that to happen repeatedly.
Yeah. But I've been working on that though.
I would say too, another red flag from Chantel would be maybe too forgiving sometimes. Also maybe kind of attached to that what Isis said is that people can possibly like, oh, if I do it again, it's fine. She'll come back. Like she'll be back here, right? And you do forgive that person. And again, that person steps again on you or can do that.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more vulnerable.
So I like boundaries.
So I guess it's really a red flag for yourself. Yeah, I would like to say Chantel's not really a red flag like that. I'm not trying to think something negative.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I see that's the thing. It could be a good thing and a bad thing, but I guess it goes to boundaries.
Good for others, yeah.
Yeah.
Good for the people that like to take advantage of her for sure. Yeah.
Because it's scary to always forgive, right? But to consistently forgive the same mistake. You got me there, Charlie.
Yeah.
I feel like I just always try to look at the best in people, which I do love about myself, but then I hate about myself because then like I look back and I'm like, what the fuck? That was not a good friend, or that was not a good person I was in a relationship with, and like how did I not see that? And so those where I'm like, fuck, you know. But you live and you learn, so
yeah, I agree.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't really have much to give to you, but it's just short. Anyways, next, Evelyn.
This is probably gonna be short. Anyways, sorry though. What is it? My nails.
Hey, as they say, best for last.
All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna let Isis go first because
Chantel could go first. I'll go second. I don't have. It's not a long list, bitch. Relax. It's just 38 pages, but I'll keep it short. All
right,
go Chantel.
I would say Evelyn's red flag.
You're just scared. I don't get butthurt anymore as I used to.
Well, hey, she gets butthurt. I'm just kidding.
Hey, all right, I'll start. Her first one. She's an overthinker. That's a red flag.
Be actually overthinking just be really good sometimes, but not to the extent that I go to.
Yeah,
I think it drives you crazy.
So crazy is my red flag. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, let's fade it out. Come on.
All right, I would say for sure. I would say she's a detective with no license but all the requirements.
With the receipts, you're like, God damn.
Hey, I gotta say, it definitely worked out in her favor. Like when she looks for something, she's gonna find it.
It has worked out in her favor.
Hey, let's just say curiosity does kill the cat.
Oh,
killed me several times.
And her 38 lovers, but that's for a different story.
Those are some major red flags, but again, like you said, we're progressing, and I don't think I've done that in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. She hasn't done that in a while. I'm laughing at the joke before. I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, but I would say that. I would say definitely. Yeah, those two. I think over analytical, overthinking, and definitely a detective. Like,
bro, that's why I'm in the role I am right now. You know, we always like overanalyze stuff, and I love it. They tell me why I'm all the best one in the team, and I'm like, well, we missed that part, and like, oh wow, we didn't catch that. I was like, yeah, well, I found on this profile was cousin's profile, and then it was right there.
Hey, even if it was on the resume, detail oriented.
Well, that's a good one. Whoa.
That's not too bad. You know, I feel like. There are all things we can work on. And let me tell you, if you have green flags, you have red flags. And we're not going to talk about our green flags today because, baby, I'll take up the whole time. But it's not about me. Hey, my list is also short.
Yeah.
So I was like, what he said. She's like, I don't have to say it. They can say it for me.
Hey, women have red flags. Men have red flags. And another big red flag I forgot to mention was when men trip out on what their woman wears.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the possessiveness. Like Keke Palmer. Did y'all see that video?
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, let's explain what it is for those folks
who
live under a rock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because all over Twitter if you don't have one.
So basically, to give you a gist of what it was, Keke Palmer went to an Usher residency concert, which looked phenomenal, which she sold me, and I'm going to save tickets, some motherfucking tickets on.
And I'm about the dress she got.
And I'm buying the dress that she got. So she went, Usher, there's a portion of the song where he goes around and he starts serenading the guests. Obviously, the people that he usually highlights are either people, famous people, or again, people who are attending. So Keke got really overexcited, and probably this is a celebrity question. She's kind of reliving a moment. Even though she's a celebrity, they're still celebrities to celebrities, you know?
Yeah.
So she was just enjoying him. She put her arm around him and he was singing, "There goes my baby." You know, so she was happy, giddy. And then he stops, he steps back, and she like spins. And as she spins, you see her body, yaddy, 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 yaddy.
Her big booty.
Yeah. And then that clip was posted on Twitter to then her man, her baby daddy, her partner, the father to her child, put publicly in quote tweets. And I quote, "It's the outfit though. Period, period, period. You a mom."
You see, that's where he lost me. Because, look, I get it. It just be real. Like, you feeling some type of way that she's lusting over Usher.
Yep.
I can accept that and respect that more than just going after what the fuck she's wearing.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I feel like that's low. You know? And for you to play the whole, like, the religious card and, like, oh, that's against my morals and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right, you had a baby and you guys are not married. You know, he has posted a picture or a video of her twerking, and she's like she's showing skin. So it's obviously not the issue. It's just an issue when she's in an Usher concert, you know, and like all of a sudden
you're not around.
Yeah, and obviously it's on social media, so he's probably a little embarrassed, like, oh wow, like.
But they've been broken up for, right?
No, so the quote that he said, I'm trying to find like exactly what he said that Chantel's referencing, because that goes to like that counters his whole point. So this is what he tweeted in response to that, because he got some backlash, clearly, obviously. Anyways, he said, "We live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother to his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others, and he gets told how much of a hater he is. This is my family and my representation. I have standards and morals. To what I believe, I rest my case." And he did respond to somebody who's tweeted, "Oh, man, there's nothing wrong with wanting a traditional... to holding traditional values and mindset," and to which he responded, "And I rest my case."
Yeah, it's like they like to pick and choose what traditional values they want to follow and how they want their girl. Like, it's like, no, you knew who the fuck she was. Keke Palmer never gave me the impression that she's like this modest, traditional woman, you know? So now you're trying to spin that card. It's like, no, just... be honest. It's obvious. You're insecure. You feel type of way because she's lusting over Usher. And honestly, like, if my man came to me and said, "Hey, that like, I didn't like that. Like, I felt disrespected," like, I would listen to him and I'd be like, you know what? I can see that. Because if I saw him lusting over like Nicki Minaj and her ass, you know, it's like in front of everybody. I get it. You know, I get it. Like, I'm not gonna act naive. Like, I don't understand the man. But it's just to go low and to go after her outfit and then paint it's always because she's a mom and it's because my morals and values. Like, that's such bullshit.
Fake.
It's fake. Like, yeah, that's why everybody's counting on you, bro. That's why everybody's calling you insecure. Because
don't say I want a traditional woman if you're not a traditional man.
Yeah, I agree to that point, because I brought receipts. If he was so traditional and he cared about how his baby mother, quote, quote, wife, already, let's clear that up. That's not his wife. He hasn't proposed to her. If he was a traditional man, he would have not had a child out of wedlock. He would have proposed. He would have already been married. He's missing 3 out of 3. Traditional values, there's not it. He's being currently employed by her network that she opened to give him a place of employment. That's also not traditional. So what is it that's specific to traditional? Do you mean traditional as in you will not lust another man and you will do that? Because every right to feel some type of way, to feel insecure, because it's Usher at the end of the day, whether he has documented herpes or not, whatever, it's Usher. It's true. People sued him and he had to pay out. Anyways, it's Usher. So I totally understand why there would be that level of insecurity, right? Or feeling invalid. But at the same time, she's going for a performance. Keke Palmer, if you see her and you see her interviews, she gives a show. Everything about her is so grand. You know, that's just how she presents herself. So you would think that no shit, she's going to take this moment where she's in the spotlight with her joy and she's going to enjoy it. But if he did not like her if he did not like her lusting over another man publicly, he should have held that privately. That's where he fucked up. The moment he took this to social media and asked for an audience, then he got the response he got from an audience. He got backlash because he didn't have any problem uploading this video.
No.
My son done transformed Keke Palmer. So he posted a video of the mother of his child after she gave birth shaking some ass. And that was a real tight Megan Thee Stallion type of outfit.
Yeah.
But you enjoyed it then because it was at your control, at your disposal, under your direction. But the moment she does that on her own, it's an issue. You should have kept that private, man.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't wrong for feeling insecure, but he was wrong for making it a public discussion.
Yeah. And then saying it's about her outfit. You know? I feel like that's where it's like, bro, that's why to us, to a lot of the women, not all the women, but to a lot of women, you look insecure, like very insecure and very out of pocket. Because, like I said, we can all understand Keke Palmer, she's not like a regular bitch, you know? She's a celebrity herself. So I can get him. It's different than like me lusting over Usher. Because my man knows it's like, you know, he's Usher and not me, you know? But Keke
she's
Palmer,
a colleague.
Yeah,
a
Keke
peer.
Palmer, it's reachable. It can happen. I get it, you know? But that's why it's like, say that then. That's it. Just say that. Don't, and then say it to her, like how Isis mentioned. Don't go off and put it on the internet, put all your business out there. Like,
at the end of the day, one should know what they're walking into when they meet an individual. If you meet a woman and she's crazy, she's wild, she loves dancing, don't come with the expectation that you can change her. Because you cannot change an individual. They can only change themselves.
And you got to remember, that's what you loved about her.
Yeah,
you know?
that's
like,
what you felt for in the beginning. Exactly. There's been times where I personally been meeting people and I express myself who I am in the beginning. And then later in time, they're like, oh, I don't know, you're starting to go out too much or you're starting to do this too much. And I'm like, oh, what do you mean? I liked that in the beginning. How do you not like it now? Like, so people change, people grow. And if they're not growing with you, then bye.
And I also think there's this really great quote from Trevor Noah's mom. She said this about her husband and her marriage. The traditional man wants a woman to be subservient, but he never falls in love with the subservient woman. He's attracted to the independent woman. He's like the exotic bird collector. He only wants a woman who is free because his dream is to put her in a cage. Ooh. So I think a lot of men, this doesn't have to be only specific to Keke Palmer's baby daddy, but a lot of men, they love that about you. They love the bottle girl, right? Because she's hot, she's attractive, she has the body, she has personality, she has face. But they don't want other people to see her attractive. They liked her because when they met her, she was in that tight, real nice, revealing dress. But the moment she puts that dress for others, perceives that she's doing it to perform for others, to demonstrate, to be like a peacock and throw all her feathers for others, then he doesn't like it. And it's like, think about it. If this woman was dressed like this before she met you, before she had even any motherfucking knowledge of you, why would it change moving forward with you? Now she feels even more secure. Look at Sierra and Russell. She wore an outfit where literally she was wearing a sheer dress, nipple pasties, and an underwear. And her husband was right beside her. Because why? Just because you're revealing, just because you're showing every damn near nook and cranny of your body doesn't mean you're going to leave with the first motherfucker that wants access to it.
Yeah.
Insecurity in people really shows up sometimes later in months. Like, you don't see it in the beginning. Again, that's where love bombing. I'm going to show you everything I got. This is who I am. But it's not really them. The insecurity hits. All of a sudden, you can't go out. You can't go text your friends, do what you want, worry what you want. And you're stuck in that situation. And yeah, that's a red flag to walk away from. Again.
So what do you think are some good boundaries for people who are dating? For people who are dating and in general, like, okay, there's going to be compromise, right? You have to find compromise in any relationship. How would you go about finding a compromise or having these conversations with an individual that you're looking to form a relationship with?
I think most importantly, setting the boundaries with someone you're about to start a relationship with in the very beginning. Like saying like, hey, like this is what I want. If you can't offer it, then that's okay. But these are my boundaries. I've actually done that before. Before I hopped into a relationship with someone, I set my boundaries. Like before he asks me to be his girlfriend, I want to talk to you about something first. Like, these are my boundaries. These are my values. These are my morals. Can you align with them? If not, then it's okay. It's not going to continue. So I think most importantly, setting boundaries at the very beginning and setting those expectations. It's not bad to have expectations either. I feel like so many people often say, your expectations are too high. Are they too high? Or it's just, I haven't found the person that hasn't met them yet, but there probably is out there. But we're also growing and evolving and getting to that level of matureness where we want to reach. So
yeah, because I don't care what anybody says. It's okay if you're old and you're single. I'm so tired of people saying you're gonna die, you're gonna be single and old and bitter, and like I don't know. Like, I don't think you should just be with someone to be someone. You know, like really have standards. And like Evelyn says, like if they can't reach it, they can't reach it. There's gonna be people that are gonna try to reach it, or they're gonna naturally reach it. But don't settle, especially when you're so young. Like there's just so much more to like experience in being in a relationship. Because like how Isis mentioned, you have to compromise in relationships. You know, like that's just the fact. Like it's not about you anymore. Every time you go out, you do got to think about someone else, because they're going to want to know, hey, are you okay? What time are you coming home? Like, you know, it is like, it's a big thing to be in a relationship. Like personally, like even with the red flag talk, like a lot of that is unhealed shit that, you know, you're walking red flag because you need to heal, because it will be really hard. And because relationships show so much trueness of you. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like when you're in a relationship, like certain aspects of yourself come out that you didn't even know were inside of you, but it's unhealed trauma. So, but I truly believe that once you start healing, like Evelyn says, like your standards get high, because you realize like I don't really need a relationship. I don't need a partner. But if someone does come around, like I want to gain something, and this doesn't mean material. It can be trust, it can be love, it can be a partnership, it can be all kinds of things. But like if I'm doing good and I'm happy and I'm at peace with myself and I'm healed, like I don't need you coming with your problems and your baggage. And you know, it's just like, then I did all this work and you're just gonna bring me down, you know? So that's my opinion on that. I feel like we all have red flags, whether we want to admit it or not. Like no one is fucking perfect, like at all. But all I'm saying is, before you're in a relationship, just really heal. Like really heal. And trust me, once you healed, you're probably you're not gonna be looking for a relationship anymore. You're probably just gonna be like, man, if it happens, it happens, you know?
Exactly.
Like
I think I'm at that state right now too, where I'm like, if it happens, it happens. And how do you heal? If you're wondering how do you heal, because I always hear people, how do you heal? What is the process of healing? Healing comes in many different ways. Personally, I healed like by going through therapy, working out, journaling, writing my thoughts. When I have intrusive thoughts, very uncomfortable thoughts, it's just me and my thoughts. It was like, this doesn't feel right. I would write it down, read it. I was like, okay, I was over exaggerating. I was overthinking. But that was a way that I healed. Again, there's so many possible ways to heal.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And I think that's the healthiest way. Because I'm not going to take away the fact that you can't heal with a partner. Because I feel like that's what I'm doing right now. But it's hard. It's so hard dealing with healing with another person that's healing. It's like, you know, because you guys trigger each other and there's trauma and all that. But I feel like it's possible. You can heal with the partner. I'm not taking that away. You know, I'm not taking away that reality. But I feel like the way Evelyn just said right now is the most healthiest way to heal.
Yeah. And I have to say, as someone who has healed things to their partner, it's okay to also learn in that process, you know, but there has to be like a concerted effort, you know, like you want to change. Like for so long, obviously I've been with my partner since I was like a fucking kid, you know, so that change happened as I matured, but there has to be concerted effort. Like when you lay down those boundaries, like, you know what, I'm not okay with disrespect. Disrespect is just something I'm never gonna allow. I will never call you a bitch. I will never allow you to, you know, call me out of my name. That's a boundary. If you're choosing to cross that, I'm going to remove myself from the situation, you know? Whereas, you know, if you're like, oh, I can't be with someone because no, it's like you can learn how to change those things by making sure before you get into the relationship, you're your authentic self. You're saying, you know what? I don't like this. I'm not okay with this. Da 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 da. This is who I am. I like to do this. Da da da. And then you find the compromise by being authentic, by having those conversations and sitting down and saying, this is what we're going to compromise on. This is how we're going to move forward. But if you're not talking, or if you're trying to, you know, put a persona that you're not, you're going to be in a relationship where you're not happy, because now you're constantly fighting because you're trying to be like, no, I'm actually not a jealous person at all. And I don't care if you have a bunch of friends, if deep down inside you have a lot of insecurity. And I actually want to know who your friends are. I want to feel comfortable with them. And that's a conversation you need to have. So I think before you're dating someone, you see things that you don't like, have those conversations prior to being in a relationship. Like once you think it's all right, it's time for us to be exclusive, so that then you don't go into a situation where now you're just constantly having to defend, or you're like, I'm unhappy with this person. This wasn't the person that I originally thought was.
And you try changing that person, but you're like, no, that was never your authentic self.
Have you guys seen like Jonah Hill? He dated a surfer girl, and then he started telling her, I don't want you to surf with guys. I don't want you to post pictures if you're modeling. No. If you want to date me, you can't surf with other guys. You can't post pictures in bikinis. You can't
I love Jonah
post,
Hill.
like, all this shit. He's like, these are a boundary. And he was using, like,
those are not boundaries.
Therapy. No, he was control. It was control, because how are you gonna meet a surfer girl and you don't want to be with the girl who surfs and who's gonna be in the bikini, gonna be posted? She's an instructor.
He's an exotic bird keeper.
He's an exotic bird keeper, exactly. And his insecurity is showing, and that's now causing him to have this relationship. And that's not a boundary. That's manipulation and an ultimatum, because there was no compromise. It's not saying I'm insecure with this. You know, I would prefer. Like, this is her livelihood. She's a surf instructor.
Yeah, no. And then back to, like, I wanted to go back to, like, the relationship stuff, like the compromise. Make sure that, like, if you're healing with someone, make sure they're healing too. Because don't make sure it's not just one-sided. Like, you're the one trying to do all the work. You're healing. Like, you're trying to watch what you say. You're trying to watch out for your tone. Like, you know, just be very considerate. And then he or she's not. You know, because that's when you know you gotta go. You know, if you don't see no effort at all of them trying to, like, be better, then the likeliness of them trying to do it later on in life, we don't know. You know, it's a question mark. And personally, like, you know, the reason why my relationship right now is just, like, I feel like so beautiful and all that is because we're both healing, you know, together. Like, we're both open and honest with one another, and we're vulnerable with each other. We cry together, and it's like those moments that create, like, that bond that is just like, oh yeah, like, this is fucking love, you know? But yeah, I've seen relationships where it's one person healing and they're going to therapy and they're doing what they can, and their partner's not. So they're not able to heal the way they should, because they're still kind of like catering to their partner's needs and trying to, like, you know, they're still getting manipulated in some way. So that's just something I tell you, like, if you're the only one healing, I would say leave the relationship. Red flag. Yeah.
Honestly, though, to end that point too, healing doesn't mean you're crazy. There's something wrong with you or any of that. We're all healing from our own traumas. So don't overanalyze or over-intellectualize healing, because that's something I used to do. I was like, but this is me. This is my trauma defines me. It doesn't define you. You're a different person now. You're outgrowing that trauma, and you're constantly changing and growing and trying to progress. So don't let it define you and say, yeah, girl, you're healing. Oh, your partner that's not healing saying you're healing. You need to heal. Like, okay, I am, but you're not doing anything about it. So I'm going to continue doing me. And maybe it's time to leave that person that's not helping you heal.
Yeah.
Oh.
Period.
Thank you guys for watching our
15th
episode. Sorry.
Quinceañera episode.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching our Quinceañera episode. And don't forget to come with your chambelanes. And yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for coming to our quince. Here are your damas.
Yes, we'll see you in the next episode.
Un, dos, tres.
Bye.
Dos, tres.